I think it's great and it's important. I mean, Paul often says you start off as a musician or in a band, and suddenly you're a politician and you're a sort of social activist, and you're giving advice and representing all these various causes that initially you know very little about, but you obviously become a lot more educated on. But I think it's important if you have a microphone or a sort of a public forum and you have a fan base that you can affect a mindset with. I think it's important to do those things. And specifically a thing like Live Earth, I mean, hopefully what that did is created an awareness and hopefully put the wheels in motion to effectively change history. And if we were somehow involved in that's a nice feeling to die with.
I'd say giant mistake.
Yeah, giant mistake.
I'll be there.
Stars Fall Down.
Push Me.
Yeah.
Last Design.
Last one's yours.
Remember when?
Saturday
We
night.
call this dancing.
So a lot of songs have got really good videos as well. Like I'll Be There has got an amazing video, which it's a cool song and it's an awesome video. So it's a
Well, let's narrow it down to 5. Overexposed is also a cool video.
yeah.
Yeah. Stars Fall Down is also cool.
Stars Fall Down. Push Me.
Push Me to
And
the
Life
floor.
Design. So we'll say those.
Okay.
So, yeah, I don't know if you got that.
What's the new album?
Okay, so Life Design.
We surreptitiously mentioned a whole catalogue. So that you yeah, it's never calculated or a conscious sort of thought process. So we don't go into studio going, this is what we're going to try and experiment with. But we do know that what we will try and do with every album is sonically try and experiment with things. Before our previous album, we didn't have the M3 or Paul playing keyboard, and we brought that into the studio to sort of experiment with different soundscapes, and
now it's a very integral part of our sound, actually.
I regret never picking it up because it's huge and cumbersome.
And when we first started, the only instrument left over was bass. So Glenn started on bass, but the irony was that he was actually, the instrument that he could play properly was piano. So after a few albums we thought, well, why not bring the piano in? I mean, it's something that you can do naturally, let's combine it. So I think we'll always find that we've been playing a lot of stuff with mandolin back home, so that'll, like we said earlier, we're big fans of REM, and they always have the mandolin sort of.
Gon's becoming an amateur harmonica player.
Very amateur.
Suck and blow.
and a bit of a whistler.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think also sometimes you can change your focus by cutting all that stuff out. By saying, okay, let's have one guitar, one amp, no
break it
effects, and that can also open up
Yeah.
new avenues.
Well, for me,
the new Arcade Fire, obviously, mostly because of the hype around the award, but even before that, it was an awesome album.
For me, the album of last year was Mumford & Sons. Sound No More is it called, eh?
Yeah.
Yeah, whatever it's called.
There's 2 bands I've been listening to, Cherry Ghost and Morning Runner. Very cool band.
There's a band that's pretty big in the UK called Biffy Clyro. They're kind of doing the club circuit here as well. It's kind of what we're doing. And they...
Right, yeah.
You can actually sometimes overthink things in studio. You'd like big string sections and all these crazy things, and eventually throw it all out and go back. But other times the song does carry on building and gets to a much better place. And
It often happens way after you've laid down all the tracks, and you move on to other songs, and then like a week later you come back to that song and just strip it all down and add something else in, like things you don't think about on the spur of the moment.
Well, yeah, I mean, I do write on the road all the time, so there's a body of work that now just needs to get taken into the rehearsal space so that we can turn it into, turn them into complete songs. But yeah, the intention, which never really happens, is to start going into studio in June, and unfortunately we're not going to have the luxury of blocking off a month or blocking off a period of time. We're just going to have to grab a week here and a week there, and just lay down as much stuff as we can, and then hopefully be ready with an album early next year. I mean, that's the plan. But where we are at the moment, we've obviously been very busy or very active in Europe. We're very busy in South Africa, obviously. And now our intention is to just come and play in America as often as possible. But as you start doing these things, more and more opportunities arise. You sort of get phoned to, you get offers for festivals in Europe, and you get, various opportunities that may arise in America. Like maybe there's a chance to sort of do a support tour for a big band, and suddenly that's like, well, there goes your recording time.
Yeah, as soon as you take it off, it goes back on the shelf.
Yeah.
We leave.